Guys, welcome again to another live trading session with me and Market Potentials, and in this video we're going to find out if you can really make money from binary options trading in the year 2021. Now, for those of you who may be curious, is binary option trading really worth your time, really worth your money, and more importantly, is it profitable for you to get started? Keep watching. In this video we're going to find out exactly what it is, how we can make money from it, and if it's going to be the right fit for you as well. Okay, now as I did mention, this is a live trading account. All right, this is my live IQ option trading account. Link down below if you want to get access to the same brokerage that I'm using. Basically you can sign up for a free account, get a feel of the trading platform if it's right for you, and if you wish to get started, it's just going to cost you $10 to do so. All right, now I do actually see an opportunity coming up here, so I'm going to hop right in. Sorry, because sometimes I'm not able to tell you exactly what I'm doing because it's a live trading event, but as you can see, I've put in $400 in this trade and I've selected lower. All right, I did so because of a few reasons. I'll tell you a little bit why, but basically in binary option trading, all you're really doing is just forecasting the movement of the chart between here and here. The white line is the purchase deadline, the red line is the expiration line. So I've got another 4 seconds to run, and we're about to find out if we made money, and we sure did. All right, so I put in $400 in this trade. Okay, $400, and I made $312 in profit, or a 78% return on investment in 30 seconds, which is the time it took from this white line to this red line. Now I do apologize because sometimes I can't exactly tell you what I'm doing before I do so, because it's a real live trade. I'm not well, my entire goal is to make money, right? So YouTube video is just a secondary thing. But yeah, so basically why I did so is what we're going to dive in. But before that, if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, link down below, just click on it and get signed up for a free IQ option trading account. And you can play around the demo account and get a feel of the trading platform itself. But basically what we did today is IQ option, the trading platform. We traded the Euro Japanese Yen, which is a forex pair in binary option trade. All right, for those of you who are familiar with forex, binary option and forex are actually quite similar in many ways. The only difference is that in forex you typically pick an entry point and an exit point. All right, so basically the return is entirely variable on the returns that you make between those two periods. But in binary option trading, all you really have to do is just make one decision, and that is decide if the movement of the chart is going to be higher or lower in 30 seconds. All right, the time interval is actually entirely variable, guys. I just prefer to stick to the 30 seconds because that's just shorter, but you can choose 2 minutes, 3 minutes, etc., half an hour, whatever you want. Okay, even end of day, end of month. If you click on this time here, you can see that. But yeah, I just choose the shortest, which is 30 seconds from the time you have to make a decision from the purchase deadline to the expiration line. Now, the forex pair, as I said, I'm trading is the Euro Japanese Yen. Pretty stable. It's one of the major forex pairs as well in the world today. So basically, the first thing you want to know is that you generally want to trade a typically flat-ish or a stable forex pair. So I just chose this because I was looking at the general movement, the swings, etc. To kind of get a hint before I jump into the trade, because obviously you don't just want to simply jump in. Now, I do use a couple of technical indicators to guide me. For those of you who are entirely new to forex trading or in trading in general, I have no idea what's going on. Don't worry, when I started 7 years back, I was exactly where you are. The only difference is I took the effort to learn, and you can as well. Guys, it's really not as hard as it seems to be, or as some of your friends may have made it out to be. It's not, all right? It's very, very simple. Now, the first thing you want to do is sign up for the account down below. Once you have access to the account, you can come here and pick your asset that you want to trade, all right? So what I was trading is options, binary options, and you can find the forex pair that you wish to trade here. Like I said, I'm trading the Euro Japanese Yen. You'd get this display here. The next thing you want to do is you want to come down to the indicators and you want to go to the popular section, and everything I'm using here is available there, right? So I've got the Awesome Oscillator, so you want to tick on that. You want to tick on the Bollinger Bands, that's another one, and you want to tick on the MACD, which is the Moving Average Convergence Divergence. Fancy name, but it's just an indicator. And the last one is RSI, which is a relative strength indicator. All right. Once you've got all of that selected, your chart is going to look exactly like what you are looking at on my screen. And I'm going to tell you how I use them to make this profit of $312, or a 78% return on investment on my $400 invested in just 30 seconds. Okay, so basically, as you saw here, guys, all right, there was a bit of a jump here. Do you see this green line here? Now this is called a spike. All right, well, I just call it a spike anyway. And the Bollinger Bands are the lines that you see here, the red lines at the top and the yellow lines at the bottom, and the orange is the median. Anytime a pair moves above or below the Bollinger Bands, it means it's kind of like a sudden movement, all right, so a sudden spike, so to speak. So as you can see here, from this point here, it spiked up, right, and it actually crossed the Bollinger Band for a bit. Now I took that is 1 point, all right, 1 point of my decision to be based on, and but you don't really want to make a decision whether it's going to be higher or lower with just one indicator. You typically want to compound it. And the next thing I looked at was the RSI. Now the relative strength indicator basically gives you an indication of whether a position is oversold or overbought. And in this instance, it's basically saying that it's due for a correction. All right, the spike. Do you see the purple line just above the green line here, which kind of means that, you know, it's kind of overbought in this case, all right, which means it's gonna correct. It's just a matter of time. Another indication you can also see with the MACD, but it may not be, you know, it's not a very clear indicator for those of you who are beginners. So, but the Bollinger Bands, very clear. The RSI is also very clear, all right. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about still, I suggest you just go to investopedia.com. I'll leave a link down below. Just go and read out about Bollinger Bands, understand what it is, understand what RSI is. These are all technical indicators. They are the tools that you use to show you the direction of a trade that's going to happen in order to aid you to make a correct decision when you trade, okay? Now, you can read about it, but honestly, guys, to me, when I started, I just got into it. You know, I just started trading, at least with a demo account, and get a feel of the thing that you are looking at. So it makes sense to you, right? I'm just more of someone who practices to learn versus reading a book. You know, that kind of, it just depends on your learning style. But yeah, whatever suits you. Now, based on those two decisions, the two indicators that I've said, I knew that this is a temporary spike, all right, and that is going to correct, which is obviously why you know, I selected lower. I put in $400 in the trade and I selected lower, the red button there, and all I had to wait for was for this line to basically, for the chart to basically end up being lower than the point I entered. So I entered at this point. You see this red dotted line here. Anytime the chart is going to end up in, you know, at the end of the trade lower than that line, I'm going to be in the money because I selected lower, right? And that was all I did. Unlike Forex, you don't have to choose an exit. The exit is fixed. It's based in time. And all you really have to do, like I said, is just predict whether it's going to end up being higher or lower at the end of the time that you are looking to close the trade. In this instance, 30 seconds, because like I said, I just prefer to keep my trades very, very short. All right. Another reason you want to, you know, kind of keep the trade short is you're also minimizing your risk. Okay. If your trade is open for 5 minutes, for example, you are risking your position for 5 minutes, and it's a bit harder in practice to predict movement in 5 minutes versus 30 seconds, because 30 seconds, things can happen. If something is out of the ordinary, it's going to correct in 30 seconds most of the time. All right, 30 seconds to 1 minute is a sweet spot to trade. Okay, binary options at least. So yeah, that's another quick tip for you. So basically, yeah, true enough, the chart did end up being lower in 30 seconds, and I made money because I predicted it was going to end up being lower. That's it. All right. So as you can see, it's actually very, very simple for a beginner to get started with binary option trading, because it's really not, you don't have to make too many decisions. You only had to make one decision: predict the movement of chart. That's it, right? And I showed you what tools to use to trade. and basically you can go ahead and do that by just clicking on the link down below, and you can actually do that for with your real trading account for just $10 and make this kind of returns as well. Okay, so that is pretty much what binary option trading is about, guys, and I hope that you were able to see how we can still utilize it in today. You know, like I said, it's a live trading event, 28th of Jan 2020, and how we can actually still continue to make money, because I do this every day, guys, and I make a couple of $100, sometimes even 1,000, depending on, you know, my mood, on how many trades I'm executing. And yeah, so if this is something you're interested in, do get into it, learn put that time and effort to learn trading. Like I said, it's not that hard for you to get started. Anyone can do it. All it really matters is whether you really want to learn or not. Okay, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it answered your question of whether or not you can make money with binary options trading in the year 2021. Obviously, it's a yes. It's a freaking yes. Because I do that every day. I know people who do that every day, and so can you, as long as you get off on the right foot. And I've just told you exactly what you need to do in order to get off on the right foot to start making this kind of returns. Guys, the returns you can make from binary options trading it's crazy. All right, 78% is like on the lower end. You can even look for pairs that pay you up to 90%, etc. Let me just show you. All right, they're all typically about 78% here, 80% if they are longer time frame, as you can see here. But yeah, depending on the time of day, you may be able to find 90%, 95%. It's not unusual. So just imagine, even if a return of 78%, if you traded with $1,000, that's $780 in profit per trade, just one trade in 30 seconds, for instance, right? And imagine doing this a couple of times a day. Imagine doing this a couple of times in a month. Your money can literally double up as long as you know what you're doing. You're a trader who's systematic. You have the basics right, and that's basically what I'm doing, and that's how I've been able to grow my wealth. All right, so I hope you found some inspiration in this video, answered your question of can you really make money with binary option trading in the year 2021. Now, there's one thing you haven't done, and that is smash the subscribe button and just give a touch on the like button, and I hope to see you again in the next video sometime in the future. I hope you enjoyed this, learned from it, and more importantly, take action by clicking on the link down below with your free trading account, and you can do exactly the same as what I have done today. All right, take care now. Goodbye.